the Economic Investigator presents.
I am Hayder Al-Hasani. Welcome to the headquarters of truth.
I don't read the headlines. I autopsy the crime scenes of global finance. Imagine a nation floating on an ocean of crude, yet its people are drowning in poverty.
Richer than Saudi Arabia in resources, poorer than its neighbors in reality.
This isn't a movie script. This is Venezuela.
And at the eye of the storm stands one man, the leader.
A former bus driver, now the gatekeeper of the largest oil reserves on the planet.
He calls it a revolution against empire. His enemies call it a dictatorship. But beneath the rhetoric, a much darker game is in motion. A game played by giants, corporations, banks, and shadow interests moving the pieces.
This isn't just politics. It's an economic war fought on three deadly fronts: oil, contracts, and debt.
When a man sits on $1 trillion treasure, does he become a leader or a target?
The treasure. Black gold, sleeping beneath the dust of Venezuela.
The largest proven reserves on the planet. A subterranean empire. In raw volume, they dwarf even the giants of the desert. To the south lies the Orinoco, a literal ocean of heavy crude, a $1 trillion fortune waiting for the hand that holds the key. Maracaibo, the historic engine of a nation's wealth.
For decades, it was the private playground of Western titans.
Then came the revolution. Hugo Chavez, then Maduro. The game ended overnight. Washington's retaliation was surgical. Sanctions, the silent artillery.
An extraction, a decapitation strike, a ghost operation.
When you say no to big oil, you become a ghost in your own palace. Every plot to remove a leader here has the same DNA.
Oil isn't the background. Oil is the crime scene.
One signature. That's all it takes to unlock billions for the right people.
New deals. Zero taxes. Absolute privilege for the energy giants. Which brings us to the second front. The contracts. Politicians call it regime change. Economists have a cleaner term. We call it changing the signatory. We just change the hand that holds the pen.
A signature is the fastest way to drain a nation's future. A shadow committee, deciding the fate of a national industry.
Gold mines, gas lines, seaports, everything must go. Cash is king.
Clauses worth billions, locked in for 50 years. So ask yourself, would a corporation invest in a kidnapping?
Is a revolution just another line item in a corporate budget?
History is a repetitive script. We've seen this movie before.
In this region, the coup is always followed by the opening. Sectors once guarded by the state are suddenly thrown to the wolves. The winners are always those who were waiting in the shadows. This isn't an accusation. It's cold, hard economic logic.
A coup is just a business expense.
These aren't just businessmen. These are the architects of the map.
They draw lines with ink and redraw them with influence. And sometimes they erase entire nations with the weapon of debt.
The driver steers his bus on a road made of glass.
The luxury cars aren't passing him. They're pushing him.
But oil and contracts? That's just the part you can see.
Beneath the surface lies a weapon more lethal than a carrier strike group.
A weapon that can starve a city without firing a single shot.
It breaks currencies. It empties shelves. It brings kings to their knees.
The weapon of debt. The weapon of sanctions.
How does the trap actually snap shut? The answer.
Point will terrify you.
The debt trap. An invisible tool of silent conquest.
Debt is a heavy leash around the neck of sovereignty.
Venezuela spiraled into a calculated, terminal economic collapse.
Sanctions freeze the lifeblood. They block the oil and assets.
This creates a desperate, urgent hunger for a negotiator. Enter the Vulture funds. Predators buying debt for pennies. They bet on regime change to collect the full prize.
Political shifts mean hundreds of millions in instant, cold profit.
This is where the highest seat of power enters the game.
One signature in Washington opens or closes the gates.
But a friendly face makes the iron gates swing open.
Oil flows. Markets stabilize. The crisis ends by design.
Kidnapping a president is more than just a spy story.
It is a move on a global financial chessboard.
Lawyers draft contracts before the old regime even falls.
Amidst the storm, where do the ordinary people stand?
Their future is caught between the clash of global titans.
The story doesn't end with Maduro.
There is another. The deputy. Waiting in the shadows for her turn.
If the president falls, she steps into the fire.
She will face the exact same giants and threats.
Will she resist? Or will she sign the deal?
Can she withstand the crushing weight of national debt? Or will she take the rescue package they offer?
Often, systems slide toward the easiest, most lethal solution. They call it rescue. It is a transfer of ownership.
Removing a leader is only the first violent step. A journey to redistribute wealth on a continental scale.
This question haunts Caracas and many other world capitals.
Who really rules? The faces you see on TV?
Or the corporations controlling energy, contracts, and cash?
Oil, contracts, debt, the unholy trinity of modern power. You and I are just witnesses to this game.
Our duty is to watch and ask hard questions.
When a leader is targeted, who pays the price? And who collects the profits? The entities in shadow. I am Hayder Al-Hasani. This file remains open. In the world of oil, the story never ends. Power does not vanish. It only changes hands. Stay vigilant. Watch the shadows. Follow the money.
Until the next file. Case closed.